Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the We're Going 5 podcast, powered by TSH Tennis. Final four standing in Paris. We finally reached this point. I cannot wait. I think the best four players on clay are playing in the semifinals.
Best four players in the world.
Yeah. Well, definitely as of June 2025. So let's break down these semifinal matchups. First off, we have Jannik Sinner, world number one, going up against Novak Djokovic, the king, looking for 25 and 25. Haroon, before we make our picks on this match, I do want to hear your thoughts on your boy, Jannik Sinner. You have him winning this whole thing. So how has he looked so far?
He's such a kind guy, right? He gives everybody food. He's feeding everybody. He wants to make sure everybody's well fed. Nobody's hungry. He hates people that are hungry. He wants to make sure everybody gets food, bagels, breadsticks, all over.
He gave Bublik, he gave Booby a bagel and a breadstick. He was so kind today.
He's giving him food. It's good food.
I think he thought Bublik skipped breakfast, so he made sure to feed him all that.
Give him the carbs for energy, baby.
He told him no need for dinner. No need for dinner. You had lunch already. You had lunch. You had a big lunch. Nice breakfast, big breadstick, and a big bagel. But what in the world was that? Like, what is this? This is unreal. This is a quarterfinal of a Grand Slam, the biggest tournament, one of the biggest tournaments of the year, and you're just crushing everybody that you're facing. Unbelievable. Like, it's crazy. I didn't think I was gonna love this pick so much in the beginning. You know, last time when we talked about it, I was like, yeah, I'm loving it. When he crushed. He gave also Gasquet his goodbye going away food present. I thought, wow, awesome! Like, he crushed Gasquet with no feelings whatsoever in his last match of his career. But then I was like, what? He's crushing Lehechka, he's crushing Tommy Paul, he's crushing Bublik. What is this? This is
Tommy Paul's Alcaraz.
And then it's crazy. It's crazy. Oh yeah, sorry, Tommy Paul's Alcaraz. But yeah, I'm just mushing every crushing that he had, and also Casper Ruud. I'm remembering you almost had a meme. But yeah, it's unbelievable. I love it. I love this pick. He always faces he's like Iga kind of. He steamrolls through everybody, and when he faces somebody like Alcaraz, then he starts to fidget a bit. So we'll see. I'm confident with my pick so far. It's going to be an amazing semifinal with Djokovic. So yeah, what do you guys think? What do you think, Smile?
Man, Sinner is looking awesome. He's like Connor Casey in our interview with Connor. He talked about he's like the praying mantis with the swing. Like, he's awesome. Every time he hits the ball, I'm 90% sure it's going to be a winner. Like, this is what I'm feeling right now, especially when it's on the forehand. Even that last match against Rublev, like, Rublev was like giving his all just to hang in that match. And in that final set, like, he was struggling for his life to hold that last game. And then even then, he still got broken. Like, every single ball that's just in his strike zone, it's night, sleep tight. You better watch out. Forehand or backhand, it's going home. He's serving amazing. I don't know, how can you play? He's unplayable right now.
Yeah, he's in the zone.
Like, you saw Rublev after the match. They asked him, why were you smiling when you went to shake hands at the net? He's saying, why are you smiling? He's saying, because like I there was nothing more I could do. And we're talking about a guy who's a former top 5 player, who's a Masters champion, who's a perennial quarterfinalist at Slams, saying this. You know, Jannik Sinner right now, Haroon, as you said, like, he's feeding everyone. That's 3 bagels, 3 breadsticks now. Like,
giving him food,
but
lots of food.
It's like, again, in the Bublik match, that set that finished 7-5. Like, we're sitting watching the match here in the office, and we're praising Bublik for taking 5 games.
Yeah, that's like, where we are now with.
Can
with
you
Jannik.
imagine? Can you imagine
we're
this?
praising people for taking games now.
Quarterfinal of a Slam,
I said this in episodes a long time ago when we're gonna start chanting, championing Tommy Paul. He took a set off of Sinner. That's the achievement now that you're gonna put on your CV.
It is.
If you go back, Artur Rinderknecht, he played him best. He actually played them best.
He did.
Not Lehechka, not Rublev, not Bublik, no one. Not Gasquet, no one.
He went home with no bagel and no breadstick.
He almost had that set. Remember that third set? He almost had him.
He was on the brink.
Bublik was so close, though. He was almost going to take 6 games.
Yeah.
And that was going to be awesome.
Yeah. He's unplayable.
Yeah.
He's unplayable. Like, he's moving so well, and he's firing cannons from both sides. I honestly don't know. Like, if you're coaching any of these players, like, what do you tell them to do? What can you do?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is Jannik Sinner is the superstar that we wanted him to be. He is living up to the hype and more, which is something that we should all be happy with in tennis. I know people are like, maybe he's dominating, maybe he's crushing, but like we should be happy. We have guys like you expect him. Like there's no, oh my God, is he going to be upset, for example, in the second round, third round? You never know. There's so many guys. In the past seasons, we had that, right? But we reached the point with Jannik Sinner, and we're going to talk about Carlitos. But Jannik Sinner has shown us, like, yeah, we're going to expect him late in tournaments.
I don't understand how in the world he just is so much better than last year. Like, on clay. Like, he looks so much better. He's moving so much better. I didn't think he would take this 3-month break and then come out
unfair.
like this.
That 3 months was unfair.
Like I thought he would come back maybe a little rusty. Maybe there's some nerves. Like the match play. Like you don't come out and start blazing through people and start giving breadsticks and bagels like you've never done this. He's never played at this level before.
Yeah,
this is unheard of for him.
Yeah, he's improving.
I think honestly,
day.
I was scared. I thought this was dangerous. He just won a slam and then he's going off to a 3-month break. That was scary to me. I thought like he's gonna just rested, rejuvenated, and let's continue crushing people. But yeah, it's unbelievable.
But some
these are top players.
Last
These
thing,
are supposed to be elite players, the best tennis players in the world, and you're showcasing how average they look on TV. So it's weird.
Last thing about Sinner though. In that match against Bublik, by the way, there were some physical issues. He wasn't feeling the best in that second set, and I don't know if this is something that he found second wind. Now we're moving into Novak. Then who knows if you make it next round, you move into Carlitos. What's going to happen there? But he did show for a brief time that he is human. So that's something to look at.
I don't know. I also saw him like grimace against Rublev. Like he had like a misstep and he was like holding the back of his ankle. Like, is that really something, or is it just like, you know, in the moment, you know? I honestly, for me, I don't really see any chinks in the armor right now.
Okay, fair. It's fair to say. Well, on the other side, Jannik Sinner, we had talked about him, world number 1, looking unstoppable, serving bagels and breadsticks. The bakery is open for business, but we do have the one and only the GOAT, Novak Djokovic, at 38 years of age. 38 years of age. We're talking about a man that is 38. How many, like, is this even fathomable?
Goat.
Into his 51st Grand Slam semifinal. This is absolutely insane. Haroon, your thoughts on Novak so far? I know he's my champion, but I'm going to give you the floor right now.
That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT. What an amazing champion. The dude is a beast. GOAT. Just he's a GOAT. Every time you count him out, he just finds a way to win a match. He finds a way to win the matches that you don't expect him to win. Oh my God, he's down and dusted. He's old. He's 38. The GOAT. You never count out the GOAT. Honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy I was wrong. I did not pick him to win this match, but I'm so happy I was wrong. I thought Zverev was gonna play amazing and win it in 5, but yeah, he should show that he's elite as always, and he's still there. I don't know. Maybe we could talk about he can go for 3-4 more years. I don't know. This is insane. I love this performance today. Amazing. The GOAT. GOAT. There's not much to say about.
Ismail, how about you?
Man, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed today because I came in into Roland Garros. I had a lot of questions for him. Like, even though he won Geneva, I thought he was slowly reclaiming his form, but I didn't think he was playing amazing. And then if you look at on paper the players he's played so far, you'll be like, yeah, I'm not sure if he played if he had real tests. Like you can say Moutet, home in France, he's challenging, but is he really a test? Nori, is he really a test? He's never lost to Nori, and Nori's playing the best tennis. So they're actually, I can say now looking back after seeing what he just did to Zverev today, no, these were good tests, and he is looking awesome. He's looking dominant. I love the body language. I had questions about his fitness. I felt like he was a little bit breathing heavy, and he's going to need to grind long points. And today he did. Today he did against Zverev. Oh my God, that was amazing. You know, when he was down that break point, Sasha had this chance to break back in that 4th set. And it was a 41-shot rally, and it was the point of the tournament, and he won it. He won it. He out-fitnessed Zverev in that point. And today he was the more aggressive player. He was the more assertive player. He is Novak. He rises to the occasion when it's time for slams. You can never, ever, ever doubt him. He's looking awesome. I'm not going to doubt him against Sinner. Are you, Yusuf?
The best thing is you just talked as if you picked him. You didn't pick him.
You
didn't believe in him. And you were doubting him. You know who did pick him?
I didn't doubt him.
You know who did pick him,
I
though?
doubted for the title.
You took your chance. You know who did pick him? I picked him. And I picked him for these exact reasons. This man at 38 years old is defying father time. He really is. He is showing me. I don't like this is Tom Brady stuff. He's reached the level of you can't even fathom what he is doing. He's not supposed to do that. Alexander Zverev is younger than him by almost 10 years.
Unreal.
And he is outworking him in 41-shot rallies, like you said. And that was just one of the many rallies that we saw. He is the most complete tennis player this game has ever seen. He is a tactical mastermind. He is the chess master. He knows he is a chameleon. He can adapt into any form on any given day.
Back.
Today, what was the plan? He decided to bring in the drop shots. And the fact that wild stat that he hit more drop shots than second serves.
That's insane.
He's finding his form at the right time. He only cares. Me and Harun told you, Ismail. He only cares about slams, and he knows how to turn.
I know that. I didn't need you guys.
No,
to tell
but
me
he
that.
knows how to flip that switch, and he flipped that switch so easily. He didn't drop a set, and that was really important for this moment now.
Yeah.
For
he
this
to
match.
Conserve energy.
For this match.
Energy.
And those
the
second and third set, the second set took some out of him. The third set was pure domination, and fourth set, it was in the beginning it was tough, and then it was cruise control.
No, it wasn't cruise control. He had to grind out that last couple of games.
That last game. Each person was serving comfortably, and then that last game, he closed out, which Sasha, being the champion
Sasha
is not going to
break points over many games over in that last set.
He's not going to fall over. Sasha did not fall over, and that's what we expect from a champion like him. But Novak just proved who he is. And I do think, one last thing. I do think what he was doing today was practice in a way for what he plans to do with Sinner. He wants to move him north and south. Sasha struggles at the net. Jannik, when he comes to that, he's good. He's not great. He's not the Carlos Alcaraz. So I do believe that Novak is this mastermind. He is just, I don't have words. I'm speechless. Yeah. But I do know that even though he's playing against Sasha Zverev, and you could say, like, why would you be practicing for the next match? I do believe this was, in a way, practice for Jannik Sinner, because he will try to move him north and south as much as he can, because side to side, east and west, he knows he can't cope. So moving into next match, I think this is exactly where he wants to be.
I mean, I think it's good practice, but I don't think he's doing it for practice. I think that's how he needs to beat Zverev, because Zverev he's standing all the way at the back of the court. He's way behind.
I do, but
he needs to do that.
This is going to be his approach next match too.
Maybe, but Sinner's going to be on top of that baseline. He's not going to be standing as far back as Zverev is. Zverev is standing in the bleachers. How far back he is. But he will use the drop shot. I wonder how much he's going to use it. Like he's saying today,
not as tall as Sasha. Those lobs, he was hitting really nice lobs. But Sasha, being a gigantic human being, was able to get them. Jannik's not as tall as Sasha.
He's going to need to play very similar to him. You're going to have to mix in the drop shot. Today, when he was down break points and when he needed to come up with important points on his serve, you saw how many times he incorporated the serve and volley.
Serve and volley, yeah.
Masterful. Like the slice serve out, wide serve volley, serve down the tee volley, like, and the touch he has, he can do that. Like, he's a player who can do that. He can hit the 41-shot rally, and then he can hit the drop shot, and then he can do serve and volley.
He's the most complete player
He can do it all, and it was amazing how he was able to shift between those.
The cleanliness of his shots, the backhands and the forehands, it was vintage Novak. It was vintage Novak. And Sasha, I know you can maybe say he was not as aggressive, he was not this, he was not that. But that's because Novak Djokovic was absolutely dominating. He was the maestro. And he was playing him. And you can fault Sasha in ways. But at the same time, you need to give the GOAT credit for making Sasha play the game he wanted to play.
He absolutely made the game style the way he wants to play. He played more aggressive. He was moving Sasha side to side, up and down, like you're saying. And also, he exposed the Sasha forehand. Like, he was making him hit forehands on the run. I don't know how many errors he had off the forehand today, Sasha, but they both forced and unforced off the forehand were insane, especially that last set. Like, the forehand was so erratic. He lost confidence in the forehand. He couldn't play aggressive because he lost confidence in the forehand. And Djokovic forced him into that. Yeah. And that's what he wants to do. He's forcing you to play with your hand behind your back. That's the Belichick way, right? He's forcing you to play not with your strengths.
Yeah. Okay. You guys made your thoughts on Sinner, and you made your thoughts on Djokovic. Now the time to ask the question. Who do you believe will be standing in the Roland Garros final between these two? Haroon, who wins it? Jannik Sinner or Novak Djokovic?
Again, with a tough thing, my mind and my heart, but I have to hedge again. I'm sorry, guys, I have to hedge again. I'm defending my Sinner pick. I'm picking Sinner in 4. I hope I'm wrong. I want Djokovic to win, but I have to go with Sinner. I hope I'm wrong. I'm sorry, Novak. I'm sorry. Sinner in 4. I'm sorry. I hate myself.
Smile, how about you?
I hate picking against a player I love. And I'm not going to doubt Novak after what we saw so far this tournament. I'm not going to doubt him after what he showed us in Geneva. He's taken on every single challenge that's come his way, and he's done it. He's won. He's showing that he can show up for slams. I will believe it when I see it. I have not seen Sinner beat him in Roland Garros before. I do not think that Sinner is a better clay court player yet than Novak. You know what? I'm going with Novak, baby. Yes. I'm riding with Djokovic. I'm riding with Djokovic.
Support for Novak.
I don't care. I'm going down swinging. Djokovic in 5, baby. Bloodbath. Bloodbath. But Nole is going to survive.
Let's go, Nole. What do you think, Yusuf?
Your turn, Yusuf.
You know something I love is how everyone is discounting the greatest tennis player of all time. All the different pundits. All the different pundits. How coming out, they're saying, "Oh, we're on a collision course of Sinner, Alcaraz." And every time anyone says it, I'm like, "Have you forgotten that there's a 24-time Grand Slam champion playing in this tournament?" And it looks like they have. And I cannot wait to see him crush all these pundits, all these analysts' predictions.
Crush? You have him crushing?
No, crush their predictions. Because they don't even have him in there. They don't. From some of my favorite commentators, from Robbie Koenig, who I love to listen to, saying it's a Sinner, Alcaraz thing, and maybe Sasha. He said maybe Sasha's in there. He did not mention Djokovic. And Djokovic is going to win this match. And he's also going to win it in 4 sets because Jannik Sinner is great enough to take one. But it goes down in 4. It goes down in 4, and he will remind the entire world who he is one more time at 38 years of age.
Wow.
Epic.
That would be epic if he wins in 4. It would be awesome. It would be awesome.
I hope so.
I believe it's going to happen. I believe it's going to happen. So. I picked him in 4 against Sasha. I'm picking him in 4 against Jannik.
Wow. Let's see. That would be awesome to see. Well, in the meantime, guys, we have an epic semifinal on the other side too. But let's first talk about Alcaraz, who's looking absolutely amazing. Yusuf, what do you think about Carlitos so far?
I was just reminiscing in the morning, and I even remember I posted that video. I'm like, I think I watched one of the best tennis matches I've ever seen in my life.
Ever?
Against Tommy Paul. Yeah.
Bit of exaggeration though, no?
No. You guys can say that. Best tennis performance, not like match between two guys. Best performance by a human being.
That's high praise.
I think it's deserved praise for what Carlitos did.
Pretty
He
high.
only dropped 7 points on serve. 7 points on serve. Like Carlos Alcaraz at his peak, and I would love to have the conversation we had a few weeks ago about who's better at their peak, and I would love to see how you guys can refute this, but not now. But we can do it again in the future. But Carlos Alcaraz showed me one of the best tennis performances I've seen in my life. He's playing amazing tennis. I love this. I love that we have all these guys playing perfectly. I can't see they're all finding their form. He is the king of clay for a reason right now, the new king of clay. And he has shown me. Smail's crowning him. He's the new king. Smail has crowned him, and I believe so. But
Stats back him up.
well, stats back him up. He's only lost. He's only lost. Who's the king then? Who's the king?
Djokovic king.
You can say that, true. You can say that, but he hasn't lost a match. He only lost one match against Holger Rune when he was injured in Barcelona, the entire clay swing. That's something we haven't seen from Rafa. So Carlitos, he is looking like the defending champ he is. And I cannot wait to see this matchup with my favorite player, Lorenzo Musetti. But if we're only talking about Carlitos right now, this is the best he's looked in maybe 2 years.
He's looking awesome. Harun, what are your thoughts about Carlitos so far?
Also a very kind guy, opening up the bakery for free, giving everybody food. Here, you have a breadstick, you have a bagel, giving everybody food. Such a kind guy. I see. That's why
Very
everybody.
kind.
That's why everybody likes the Syncraz dynamic, the new Fidel. Everybody's calling because they're so kind. They're giving everybody food and nice. Yeah, the dude's unstoppable, man. It's so fun to watch him. Like as always, we always talk about. He's so fun to watch. He's electric. After watching an insane rally, 40-point rally or whatever, 40-ball rally, and he just whips in a winner to finish it off. Crazy. It's so demoralizing for the other side, the person that's facing him on the other side of the net. They're like, I'm grinding with Carlos, I'm grinding. And he just whips a winner like it's the start of the point. It's depressing, really. It's depressing, and I don't know how it feels to be rooting for the guy that's playing Alcaraz. Like, come on, man, come on. It's like, come on, what? Like,
remember what his coach Brad Stein said? He said like, they were asking him on the commentary. They told him like, what can you do to help your guy here? He's like, it's like when you're with your wife and when she's giving pregnancy. There's nothing you can do. He's being crushed right now, and you can't help it.
It was crazy. It was crazy. His level is looking awesome, Harun.
Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, like he hasn't faced anybody like that's been a contender yet. I think this is the first time.
Come on.
The thing is, like,
Benny Schultz, come on, give Benny Schultz some love.
The thing is, like,
with all
nobody
due
looks
respect
like a
to Benny
contender
Schultz.
when they play him. Like, nobody looks like a contender when they play Alcaraz because he's just wiping the floor.
Benny Schultz, come
I guess
on.
so.
Benny did a good job. I do
He did
respect.
a great job. Benny did a great job.
I'm so impressed with Benny.
It was one of the most entertaining matches of the tournament.
Yeah, but Benny's still not like he didn't solidify himself as anything on clay. With all due respect, he's an insane player, but it's like I don't know if he knows who he is on clay yet. Even he's still finding himself and finding his game on clay.
The performance was really good. The performance, like Alcaraz did not go up against no scrub. That was Ben Shelton at his best.
Yeah, but it's like, do you really think Ben Shelton was a contender for RG?
No, but like you're not supposed to face contenders in the first week. So if you want to say he didn't have any opposition that gave him fits, I think Ben Shelton is a worthy opponent.
No, but like if you somebody that's a great clay court or something like somebody like Holger, somebody like Musetti, somebody like Casper, those guys, those are in the conversation of being contenders because they're great clay courters and they've been good so far. So, but Shelton wasn't that case, and I don't think Alcaraz faced anybody that's been dangerous on clay yet. He's been crushing everybody, and rightfully so, and he's been destroying them with ease. So we'll see what he does with Musetti. But again, I love it. I love it because he's now setting himself up for an insane match. So let's see. But what do you think about Alcaraz, Smail?
He's looking awesome, guys. And when I watch him, like, sometimes I'm like, oh, this way of him gliding on the court and after 30 balls deciding to hit a winner, that's reminding me of Federer. And then, him chasing down that forehand and then hitting a passing shot. That's the kind of Rafa, right? And then that jump to the left backhand winner, that's Novak. He's like showing me all three of them. And he's looking unstoppable. He's the most complete player. McEnroe said he's the most complete player he has ever seen.
At that age.
And it's hard to disagree with that because he can do everything right now. It looks like he can do no wrong. When he was playing Tommy Paul, right, you saw that the second serve points he won, Tommy Paul, was 10%. Every time Alcaraz saw the ball, he was absolutely crushing it. And the only other person who's doing that right now is Sinner. So it looks like they're having a face-off. Feel like Alcaraz was watching Sinner dominate and like, you know what, I can also do that. If I need to, I can take care of business. And then remember when we had that quote from Federer when he was saying that, well, I need to conserve energy in the first week. I can't afford to lose a set in the first week so I can compete for the title. Well, and then you have Alcaraz. He dropped a couple sets, right, in this past week. And then he's like, you know what? Well, I need to take care of business. And so he just went out and decided to show Tommy Paul an absolute beating. It was an absolute beatdown. Unreal level. He's looking so amazing, so unstoppable. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for anyone to keep up with him if he maintains this level.
I guess you're confident with your pick then.
It's looking really good, is it? It's hard to disagree. I mean, it's not so risky. He's the best player on clay this year. He's the new king of clay. 20 plus wins, 1 loss this season.
Yeah.
1 loss when he was injured.
Yeah.
So he's looking awesome. But, Yusuf, that does not mean he's not having a super worthy opponent on the other end in Lorenzo Musetti for a place in the final. So what are your thoughts about your boy Lorenzo so far?
Yeah, my favorite player for a reason. He has turned into the superstar that I expected him to be. You know, he was up and coming a few years ago, and then even Djokovic took 2 sets off of him in Roland Garros, and I'm like, okay, but where was the consistency? He has turned not only into a physical beast, but a mental beast, and he's showing us what he did this year, making it to the semifinals or better at every single big clay tournament. That's consistency we've only seen from the great of the greats. Yeah. You're talking about the big four, you're talking about Sasha, you're talking about nobody else. That's what Lorenzo Musetti has done. Alcaraz hasn't done this. Sinner hasn't done this. Lorenzo Musetti also, to me, I feel like the repertoire that he has is much different than the other guys. It's kind of old school in a way. He has the slice. He has the attacking coming forward. He doesn't have the raw power. His forehand is very top spinny. It's very loopy, like Kyrgios likes to say. And but he has the one-handed back. You feel like you're going down memory lane watching Lorenzo Musetti play, which is what I love. I absolutely love it. And the biggest thing to me is the mental composure. And also, other than that, the fact that he's able to just adapt to any player, whether it's Holger Rune, you have to play him a certain way. Whether it's Francis Tiafoe, who's also similar to him in a way, who he has all the shots. And he's able to adapt to him. So he's able to adapt to all these different players, and he's showing consistency of the highest order. So the fact that he's made to the semifinals is something I'm extremely happy with. And he's going to face a worthy opponent, the defending champion. But as it stands right now, Lorenzo Musetti, I am extremely happy with what he has done. I wanted a semifinal this tournament. I got a semifinal this tournament. And I am going to be asking for more. But let's see if I think he's going to make it further.
Yeah,
do you share these same thoughts, Smile?
Yeah, well, for me, like, I absolutely love that he took care of business. I can argue he had the toughest path to a semifinal out of the big four guys here.
Have to face a top 10 guy in round 4.
He did have to face top 10 guy, and Holger is a super tricky opponent on clay, and he managed him so well. Tiafoe playing the tennis of his life on clay. Like, Musetti, for me, he's a player who I perceive him now as really maturing. Like, you said that he doesn't have the raw power. I think he just doesn't use it. Like, he doesn't choose to use it. I think he has power.
No, he has, but in comparison to
the other guys. But the other guys are looking to swing every time for a winner. I think Musetti is also one of those players, kind of like Federer and Alcaraz, who they have all the shots, and they need to figure out how to use them. Yeah. And at the moment, I believe he's playing a lot of conservative, high percentage tennis to win points and to be consistent, and it's working because look at the results for the past couple of months. He's been arguably on the top of the top in the way he's been doing it so far. So he's learning how to navigate his own toolbox. I think he's going to need to be more aggressive against the top guys. But him maturing in his game, his mental composure, how he's talking about how it clicked for me. He feels like a top player. How he's talking about, I feel like I belong. Look at his body language. Look at how his composure on court. He doesn't get upset. He talked about how I don't get upset as much on court.
Sometimes.
He does.
No, but he talked about I don't get
he gets angry and he swears and he yells.
No, but he said I don't get upset that much anymore compared to where he was. And I think if you compare him to last year, you can notice that. And so I think the signs are looking really good, and he has had a great tournament, Haroon.
Yeah, he's had a great tournament for sure. He's faced Holger, Tiafoe, like Mariano Navone. Honestly, people that are really good on clay, like they're really good clay courters. Maybe Tiafoe is also a solid player, but
And
yeah,
Tiafoe, Haroon was playing the best tennis of his life on clay for me, I think, this tournament.
He was. Massive respect to Musetti, and he deserves to be there. Like, he deserves to be in the semi-final. That's for sure, without the shadow of a doubt. I'm personally not the biggest fan, because I don't know. His style of play, I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't click with it. But I have all the respect for him. He completely switched from who he was last year. What's up with these Italians that all of a sudden turn into elite players just in 1 year?
Overnight.
What's up with
It's insane.
overnight? All of a sudden, Sinner is becoming somebody else. So all of a sudden, Musetti is becoming somebody else. Is Kuboli going to be somebody else? But that's not the talk. But it's amazing. Like, lots of respect to him. He deserves to be there. His path was not easy, so he earned it. Let's see what he's going to do with Alcaraz. But yeah. Massive respect for him, and great run so far. So far.
He's looking awesome. But now I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to put you on the spot, and it's time to make your pick. Who do you got? Carlos Alcaraz versus Lorenzo Musetti for a spot in the Roland Garros final. Haroon, who are you taking?
Is this even a question? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Musetti. All the respect to you, but I don't think you have much of a chance. I'm sorry. Carlos is going to win this in 4. Musetti is going to give all of his strength just to win 1 set, but this is going to be an easy 4. I think it's going to be easy 4, but Musetti is going to squeeze his way into 1 set.
Okay, Yusuf, what do you think?
My boy, right? Yeah, but I think at the moment, with everything that we said, Lorenzo Musetti has moved up, but he's moved up into tier 2. He's not tier 1 yet, and Carlos Alcaraz is a tier 1 guy. So I think he's going to give him fits. We saw what he did with him in Monte Carlo. He gave him fits, and he took a set off him there. So I think he's going to get a set. He's shown us that he's physically capable. So I think he's going to give him 4 tough sets. I want to say 5, but I won't. I won't, because what I've seen from Carlos Alcaraz is simply sensational. So I'm going to say in 4 tough sets, Carlos Alcaraz takes down my boy Lorenzo Musetti.
Wow. All right. So both of you have Carlitos.
What about you, Smile?
Well, Haroon, I'm going to refer to what Lorenzo Musetti himself said about Carlitos a couple of weeks ago. He said Carlos Alcaraz is the highest level there is on clay. Like, when you say that about your own opponent who he was facing in the final, well, then you know what he thinks of him, and probably what that says about his own belief maybe going into this final. He did take a set, like you said, in Monte Carlo. He wasn't able to get one off in Rome, although it was close in that second set. However, I'm going with Carlitos here. Like, guys, the level he's showing, that match against Tommy Paul, that was an elite level. Haroon, Yusuf, you just talked about that being one of the best performances you've ever seen.
Yes.
So if we truly believe that, then I don't know anyone who can really stand in the way and not even take a set. So I think Carlitos is going to down him in 3. Maybe, might be a couple close sets in there, but the way Carlitos is playing and the way he sees the ball, he sees the final, he sees the title. Yeah, I got Carlitos here, guys.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. That is the final 4 standing in Paris. I cannot wait to see who makes it to the championship bout. We're going to be back talking with you guys before the final again. Let's do a preview there. But this semifinal is exactly what we wanted. These are the 4 guys we wanted to make it to the semifinal.
It's the best matchup.
We can't ask for anything better than this. It's Musetti, it's Alcaraz, it's Djokovic, it's Sinner. We cannot wait on Friday. See you guys after that to preview the final.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And guys, check out our interview with Christoph Ligon. He had so many cool insights about Grand Slams and playing the big 3, especially Rafa at Roland Garros. It was absolutely hilarious. You're going to love it. Got to check it out.
Have a good night. Good night. Good night. Very good night.